Major man in a side notebook full of bad songs I was writing. Never dreamed anybody else would like me. Now I'm sitting on a wall myself. Ain't it funny how life changes? Wake up, ain't nothing the same, and life changes. You can't stop, you just hop on the train, and you never know what's gonna happen. You make your plans and you gotta laugh, and life changes. And I wouldn't change it for the world, yeah, the world, oh no. And I wouldn't change it for the world, yeah, the world, oh no.
Oh, hey, Bobby, sorry I'm working on my Dancing with the Stars music on audition for it. Anyhow, I want to congratulate you on all the fine work you've done with Musicians on Call, being a board member, the love you bring into those rooms, the smiles you put on faces is something that can't be quantified. I'm honored to be your friend, and I'm honored to take your place soon with Dancing with the Stars. Wow.
Hi, Vance here. I so wish I could be there tonight and celebrate with you guys, but man, congratulations. So well deserved. Nobody deserves a golden ukulele like you do. Musicians on Call is a fantastic organization. I've been a part of that as well. They do great work, and you got a good heart, Bobby. You really do. You got a good message. I love that you're doing this. I love that you're being honored tonight, and I just say congratulations to you, brother. All the best.
Bobby, I just want to say congratulations on your award for Musicians on Call. You're always doing great things to make the world a better place and put smiles on people's faces, and I'm glad that you're getting honored for it. Mwah.
Hey Bobby, congratulations on your recognition with Musicians on Call. Keep fighting a good fight, brother. You're a good man.
Bobby, congrats, man. Dustin Lynch here, your boy. Thank you so much for everything you do for Musicians on Call. Thank you for bringing music, hope, laughter, joy to children in hospitals all over the place. Love you. Happy to call you a friend and family, and hope to see you soon.
We are Dan and Shay. We want to wish our good buddy Bobby Bones a huge congratulations. Thank you for all that you do for bringing music into the hospitals through Musicians on Call. We love you, buddy.
Congrats, Bobby, on being honored by Musicians on Call for all the great work you do. One of the things I love about you is that you talk about pimp and joy, and you do everywhere you go. I like that you look for ways to just make people's lives brighter. So you definitely deserve this honor, and keep it up, man.
Bobby, congratulations for everything the Musicians on Call and bringing music to hospitals and being awesome.
Hey, I'm Taylor, and I'm Zach, and we're part of Hanson, and we just wanted to send a huge congratulations to Bobby, Mr. Bobby Bones. Dude, you are awesome, and congratulations on winning the Golden Ukulele Award. I can play a very little golden. Is it actually golden? It's very heavy. It's probably. You got out of your way to help raise money and to visit with folks in hospitals and really taking time to make a difference, and we acknowledge that, and we celebrate you, and congratulations. Keep it up. And we look forward to hearing that ukulele.
Present on the award, we could do something much better than myself, which is bring one of those folks from Mountain Pine, Arkansas out to give this to you. And so, one of the people I think that Bobby has told me has kind of put him under his wing when he was growing up was his old football coach. And so, Bobby, tonight we give you an award. I want to bring out Mr. Rick Gandalf to present you the award.
Me and they wanted some Bobby stories. Give me some Bobby stories. What do you remember about Bobby? Well, this is what I put together, Bobby. Okay, and I really mean this. Okay. There were many, many memorable moments in Bobby's football career, but what I remember most is his passion, commitment, and his all-in attitude. Always working to get better, whether it be faster, stronger, whatever the case. Bobby led by example. Simply put, he outworked people. I believe this carried over to his adult life, where he became a very successful, I hear, radio host, a writer, and now also a dancer. Well, what comes with success, Bobby, is power. And you can use that power for good, or you can use it for evil. Bobby chose to give back and help people, whether it's giving a college scholarship out, buying football uniforms, and I'm sure many, many more acts of kindness along the way. Bobby is a giver. His kindness and passion shows every day. He's trying to make the world a better place. Thank you, Bobby, for caring. You're changing lives. And thank you, Bobby, for being part of my life. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nothing can surprise me anymore, except that. Man, that's my high school football coach, and he's right. Like, I just showed up to work. I wasn't good. It's crazy. I haven't seen Coach Gandalf in a long time. So I'll tell you a story. Every day we would show up to football practice, and listen, I didn't have a dad for a lot of my life, and Coach Gandalf was a huge part of any sort of influence, all that had structure to me. Period. And we would show up every day to football practice, and he would say, every day is a good day. And I would think, this guy's crazy. Every day sucks. This sucks coming. Like, this is not a good day. And he would show up, and he would say, every day's a good day. Every day's a good day. And I never understood that. 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. I graduated, I went to college, I finished, and I would hear it. Every day's a good day. I'd be like, man, Coach Gandalf was crazy. And I went to work, and I started my career, and I was able to actually start giving back and helping people. And I would hear Coach Gandalf say, every day's a good day, and I finally got what that meant. It didn't mean that every day was actually a good day. It didn't mean that every day you wake up and it's an A+ day. What it meant was that every day you got to wake up and say to yourself, hey, today's a good day. And you could actually form yourself into that. It was a bit of a prophecy. And the more you said it, I found the more it came true. And so I would wake up and I would say, every day's a good day. And I would say it on the radio, and I'd write it in my books. I wrote a freaking song called Every Day's a Good Day because Coach Gandalf would scream at us, every day's a good day, when we were doing up-downs in 105-degree heat in the summertime. And I still believe that to this day, and I still say that, and I know you guys hear me say that sometimes. But every day's not a good day, but every day's a good day. It really is. It's funny to think of these stories that come rushing back. I remember my senior year of high school. And again, I wasn't the fastest or the strongest, but I showed up first, I left last. And I was a captain on the football team. And I go in, and how it works, if you're not a football fan, you go out, you do a coin flip, and you choose to kick or receive, and then at halftime, the other team that didn't get the ball gets the ball. So I'm a captain, and I go out and I screw up, and somehow I gave the other team the ball both times. Okay. I remember going in, and he said, Bobby, are we kicking or receiving? And I said, Coach, we're kicking. And then the ref came and says, you're kicking to start the game, and you're kicking at halftime. And he grabbed me by the face mask. And I remember this as vivid as possible. He pulled me up, eyeball to eyeball. And he said, you may be the smartest kid I've ever coached, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And what I took from that was, first, he never made me captain again, ever. But secondly, it was, if I'm going to make a mistake, I'm actually going to make it playing. I'm going to make it on the field. I'm never going to make that mistake and not being prepared for something. And that was one of the lessons that I was taught by that man, Coach Gandalf, and that I still take with me every single day whenever I get up to work, whenever I get up to write, whenever I get up to dance, or whatever I'm doing right now. So for Coach Gandalf to come tonight means a lot to me. I obviously didn't know he was coming.
These are just thoughts. So if you wouldn't mind clapping your hands one more time for him. That's really special. I'll tell you a little about me. I was in the hospital a lot as a kid. I have a scar that runs from basically right here to right here, and it had a lot of damage done inside my body. And I remember being in the hospital. I was in the hospital for weeks. And when you're in the hospital, it gets to be very lonely. You start to feel that, and this is before Coach Gennell, but every day wasn't a good day. It was actually, most days were awful days. And as a kid, you're scared. And I remember those feelings. And I remember inside of my first week, a group of people came in from a church, and they made balloon animals. They took gloves and blew them up. And they were big, like, it looked like an udder, like a big balloon with 4 fingers. But I remember it making me so happy as, a 6-year-old kid. That blown up udder that they took the time to come to my hospital room to make made me so happy. And I kept it the entire time I was in the hospital. And I thought that one day, if I was older, I wanted to make that udder for someone else. Both real life and metaphorically speaking, I wanted to make that udder for someone else. And so when I got older and I started to be able to have a platform to create things, I started to go to hospitals, and I found Musicians on Call. And I started as just a volunteer. We went, and I would just take my guitar and I would play for kids, and I would just remember what it was like when they blew up that udder. And I wanted to be that udder, but with a guitar, or with a smile, or with a song. And I was able to see it actually transform the days of these kids. And then I started to go to veterans hospitals. And me and a friend of mine went and played a veterans hospital once. And we walk in and we're playing a song. And I think it was Ain't No Sunshine. And we played it, and Ain't No Sunshine's a love song. And we're playing this song, and I can see him light up as we're playing it, and we're leaving, and he was really old, and he called me to near his bed, and he said, "Hey, I just want to tell you something." He said, "That was my wife and I song." Oh. And I said, "Oh, wow, I'm glad we can play." He said, "Hey, she died last year, but the whole time you were playing that song, it was like she was sitting right next to me in the bed." And, I'll never forget that, and that wasn't why I was playing the song, but the fact that he could sit in that hospital bed and for 3 minutes or 6 minutes or maybe 4 weeks, remember that exact feeling is the reason that I do this or do anything that I do. I was given to a lot as a kid, so I feel like it's my duty to give back to other people, other kids. And I'm lucky enough to have a platform because of all you here, because you guys let me have that platform. I wouldn't get to be on the stage or on the radio. I wouldn't get to write books. I wouldn't get to do this on TV. Without you guys, and you guys have to know I have this sincerest appreciation for you. And I just want to encourage you guys to make yourself uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is, I don't know, I can't think of anything great that's ever happened to me or anything great that I've ever done that was comfortable at first, ever. If it's a new kid or a new job, if it's a new relationship, if it's honest to God, volunteering in a hospital, because it's not comfortable the first time you walk in. You're walking into a hospital room where somebody is sick, and you're like, "Oh no, I don't know what to do." It is super uncomfortable. But you know what's comfortable and awesome? Is when you can help somebody else out. Because there's a time where you're going to need help, and there's a time when you've needed help. And I encourage you to go and to help somebody. And then when somebody helps you, great. Keep the cycle going. Make yourself as uncomfortable as you possibly can, because nothing awesome happens unless you're uncomfortable first. Even my dancing like this right here, right? So I want to say thank you for the award. I don't like to be honored. I do like to inspire, though, because I was inspired. And I'm continued to be inspired every single day by people that volunteer, by people that serve for us in the military, by people that are nurses, that are first responders. I'm inspired every single day, so it's my job to inspire other people. That's what I feel. And hopefully tonight when you leave here, you'll feel a bit inspired. And thank you so much for giving me the ukulele, and thank you guys for listening to the show and being here. Thank you guys.
Addie, I wanted to tell you congratulations. I'm so proud of you for receiving the Musicians on Call Music Heals Award.
And I know how many lives you've touched and changed and made brighter, and I consider myself very lucky to be your daughter and get to experience that on a normal basis. So.
I know how much work you put in to help other people and how much time you spend to even put a smile on one person's face.
I've watched from your early years how you use both your humor and your music to make others feel better. And more recently, I've noticed how many of your songs seem to touch the heart and soul of those who are struggling.
Through Musicians on Call,
Your gift is going out to even more people. Your music truly heals.
Thank you for showing us that we can use our talents to make the world a better place.
You bring so much healing and so much love and peace when you play your music. And I'm lucky enough to get to hear it so many times a day, a week, and I'm so glad that you share your time with people who need healing, because music heals and you spread that.
Your niece and I and Lydia would like to say congrats on being awarded the Music Heals Award. We love you, we're proud of you, and all the time you give to others, buddy.
I wanted to say that I'm thankful for everything that you do and that I appreciate and love you.
And thank you for sharing your gifts and your life and everything with the world. And I say congratulations, honey.
One of the toughest women you'll ever meet. Nashville, let's give her a welcome that she deserves, Miss Tina Fox.
Oh my God.
Charles Esten. As Pete said, exactly 1 year ago today, I was in a coma when Musicians on Call and Charles visited me, so I did not know what was going on. Charles met my family and a few of my friends and sang several songs. My mom said she and others were in tears during his visit. Today she said everyone was in tears. So I couldn't change it because I already printed this. I always watched and loved the show Nashville, where Charles played Deacon, so when I woke up and saw the picture that he signed for me, I was so excited. But he signed it Chip, not Deacon. On that picture he wrote, "He'll see my boyfriend in Austin and I in Nashville," and that happens to be right now. Charles followed up with us over the next several months to check in on us and send videos of himself and Nashville co-stars. This meant so much to my friends, my family, and myself, and helped us get through some tough times. I also know that Charles visited others and is involved in the community, and I am sure his visits mean just as much to everyone as it did to me. It is amazing that he takes the time to take care of other people and has such an impact on our lives. Thank you, Charles, for all your support and help during our challenging time. It is my honor and privilege to present you with the Music Heals Award.
For something like this, you cannot prepare for something like that. Thank you, Tina, so much. One more time for her, please. The string. That's not fair. The family videos had me already gone. If you watch Nashville at all, you know that Deacon cries a lot. At least once an episode. Most of that wasn't in the script, that was just me. But seriously, I want to say thank you from the deepest part of my heart. Thank you, team, for making this trip. Thank you, Pete, not just for this night, but for this organization and for this opportunity. When I was just a little kid, my dad asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I think he was looking for fireman or astronaut. And I said, clown. I'm kind of old. This is before clowns were creepy and scary. He said, why do you want to be a clown? I said, I want to make people laugh. And he would tell that story. And over the years, I think I later started to realize it wasn't just that. I wanted also to make them feel a little bit better, and that's where the acting came in too. Hopefully be able to get the kind of roles or jobs where you could take somebody away. There was a time when I was on that show, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Any fans out there? And I remember, because I was looking to be an actor, that I sort of didn't give that full respect, I have to admit. I thought it's a silly show. We were basically professional 8th graders. And so I said, yeah, I'm doing that, but I really want to do it. And then one day, a woman took me aside and she said, I just wanted to say thank you to you. For the last year of my mother's life, she was bedridden. And the only time that she ever laughed and that our whole family laughed is when we watched Whose Line Is It Anyway? And I instantly, everything changed and I got it. And I was ashamed of how I'd been before about the little things and what they can mean to people in the most dire situations. And I didn't forget that. When my dad was sick and in the hospital, I would remind him of songs, and when he was finally in hospice, and he wasn't even able to communicate with me at all, I brought my guitar and I played songs that he loved, and that I knew he loved, and that I knew he was in there and he could hear them somehow. And it was pretty much just me and him there, and I was still blown away by the power of that guitar in that cold room. So that was a lesson there too. My youngest daughter, Addie, who's at college playing soccer right now at William & Mary, was the first person to speak in that video. When she was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. And she spent a lot of time in the hospital over the next 2 years getting her chemotherapy. My wife was the rock that made those days better, every single one of them. She brought every little toy you can imagine and built dream worlds on the bed with my 3-year-old daughter that took her out of that room she was in. And so I saw the power of that there as well. And then I was so fortunate after all these years in this business to get on a show called Nashville. A show where I got to play a character that had a deep heart and a deep caring for people, and was able to write songs that went to that place and spoke to the need in people. Our show could do a lot of soapy things, a lot of melodrama and craziness, and we could play that game as well as any of them. But I think what separated us off in the end and what bound people to the show, the people that I meet, is that at the end of the day, somebody was there for each other. Everybody was there for each other. People went through the hardest things. My character went through the hardest things. And in the end, they found that it was your faith, your friends, your family, and music. And I don't think that group of things can be spoken of enough, the magic that comes from it. There's one of my favorite songs from the show is written by Ashley Monroe and Sarah Siskin called It's a Life That's Good. And they were speaking about that song. It means everything to me to be in those hospital rooms and get to sing a song that has meaning like that. And get to sing a song like Sanctuary, as another song from Nashville. And Nashville inspired me to write songs like that. So what I want to say is all these things sort of led up, and I cannot believe that I get to be on a show that opens doors that it's opened. Here we are, my goodness, the Country Music Hall of Fame. But the doors that seem to have meant the most to me are these hospital room doors. And that's why I'm so grateful to Musicians on Call. I'm like Bobby, I'm not, don't honor me. I honestly, you use that phrase all the time, this is an honor. Well, this is literally an honor. And it feels strange, but if I can do anything, it's to point to this group and to the incredible work they do. It's like USO shows for people in a completely different battle.
Yeah.
And I've seen the power of walking into the hospital rooms. The caregivers that we have in this country, they're amazing. They're there every day. They're working so hard, and they do all they can on the medical front, but there's just something missing. There's a gap because these rooms they're sterile. They have to be. They're clean and steel and fluorescent lights, and there's just something missing. And it's that thing that only music can bring. And it's astonishing. And I feel like I'm the one, I can promise you that I am the one who is blessed. When that visit is over and I walk out, I was far more blessed to be with your amazing family and your fiance and that incredible group of people than I'm sure they were by me and hearing my song. So it's a give and take, because what happens there is that's where the rubber hits the road. That's where all the other things fall away. Patty and I learned it when Addie was sick. There's so much that we think is so important. We think it's all so vital, this hamster wheel we're running on. And then you walk into a hospital room, or you walk into a hospice room, and it's a sacred place, and that these people open their doors to us and they allow us to bring a guitar in there and play a song and somehow connect and just take them away for just a moment is one of the great honors that all of this has ever brought to me. So yes, this is a huge honor and I'm grateful, but the real honor is getting to be with the patients just like you. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
Off your path, and you can't seem to find your way back. You better hit your knees, be still, get back on track. Just hang on. And when you're feeling better, you're feeling better than all right. Lord, when that reason that you were born takes flight, yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a ride. So hang on, you gotta throw your hands in the air, hear them angels sing. Just listen close, they'll sing your song. Kick back and cast your cares, set your weary mind free. Your better days, they're coming along. Yeah, you better hold on tight, they're coming on strong. So hang on, hang on. Yeah, hang on. Oh, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. For we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright.
Every night on tour, that's what I do before I play drum roll. And it really trips people out. I'm so thankful for this single, you guys. I'll tell you why, because I'm a father, a Christian, and a husband. And you always want the best for your kids in every situation they're in, and certainly a drunk girl situation. Whether that be a female or a male, doesn't matter. You want them to do the right thing and be taken care of in the right way. And thank you for letting me sing for you tonight. Thank you for letting me sing all my songs, but most importantly, this one. With a couple of job stamps, got her hand looking like a rain. In and out of every bar, on a whim, just like the wind blows. She's either a bachelorette, or coming off a breakup. Take a drunk girl home. She's bouncing like a pinball, singing every word she never knew. Dancing with her eyes closed, like she's the only one in the room. Her hair's a perfect mess, falling out of that dress. Take a drunk girl home. Take a drunk girl home. Let her sleep all alone. Leave her keys on the counter, your number by the phone. Pick up her life, she threw on the floor. Let the whole lights on, walk out and lock the door. That's how you know the difference in a boy and a man. You take a drunk girl home.